Welcome to the Windy City, the second city of U.S. here in Chicago. One of the most famous cities in the entire world, known for its beautiful architecture, the birth of the skyscraper, its deep dish pizzas, and much more. And what I like to do in the beginning of every single trip is take the big bus tour. It's the best way to get quickly oriented in the city in a quick 1 to 2 hours. This particular tour might take about 2 hours, I think. And right now we're using the big bus tour company. I think it's the only one right now in Chicago. Some cities have a few more other companies, or they have a different company. And we are right now in a double-decker bus. It is quite expensive. The most expensive ticket I bought so far for a double-decker bus tour, it was at $44. That's the online price. The price in front is $49. So let's see. Chicago today. We're starting off at the beautiful Riverside, and we're starting to see the famous buildings that are all around, which I'll be talking about show. So stay tuned. We'll learn more about the history of these buildings. But today, no history. We're just going to kind of embrace the city and get oriented and see how the layout is. We're scouting the city. So right now, I almost have the bus to myself. There's only a few tourists here. This is the second to last bus of the day. Departs at 4:30 p.m. So the ticket, I'm only using it for one ride. Sometimes people use it as like a bus system to hop on and hop off. And yep, we're in the double-decker bus right now. So if you're watching this on replay, I may speculate about things that we pass by in terms of history, and that's the nature of the show, is chatting. So if you're wondering, why did you get this thing incorrect? This is a shitty tour. You're getting things incorrect. Well, it's because we're just chatting. This is not a fully researched tour here, so we're just going to be pointing at stuff. And if I recognize it, I'm gonna point it out. Netogino says, I love Chicago. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Marina. Nice to see you here. Ooh, I got update Nightbot, so ignore Nightbot, but the weather is about the same as Seattle. Is pretty chilly right now. So we should be departing in a little bit. It won't take too long. Mohammed, nice to see you here. Hello, Lynette. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you here. Uh-oh, our driver has made a run for it. Wendy says I need to get a visit back here. Yeah. ADS. Nice to see you here. At least there's no snow. No snow. Gloria says it's your hometown. Oh, cool. A few people have mentioned to me that they love the band Wilco. Here's one of the album covers of Wilco's famous album. Let me know what the name of the album is. But right there, these buildings that are very interesting looking apartments. Doreen says, hey, I got both cities wrong. Just so you know, it's windy here in New York too. I flew into O'Hara today. Netogino says, are you swimming in the lake? No, not swimming in the lake, but there might be a boat tour later this week. So the schedule of the Chicago live videos will be this Thursday through Sunday at 3 p.m. Chicago time, 4 p.m. in Europe, 9 p.m. UK, 10 p.m. Western Europe. So stay tuned. I'll be going live 4 times scheduled. Any other live will be random. Press that bell notification button on YouTube, or right now write hashtag !notify on Facebook, and it'll automatically notify you. And Debbie says we're in Chi-Town. We are indeed in Chi-Town. Yes, we are. And that makes me think of Spike Lee's movie She-Rock. Because there's other parts of Chicago which are a lot more grittier. And Spike Lee made an entire movie based on those neighborhoods and called it She-Rock, alluding to it as being dangerous as Iraq. So, Chi-Town, says Debbie. It's pronounced Chi-Town. Okay, thank you so much. Chi-Town. So, technically, this is the Windy City by nickname. This is also the second city. There's a famous comedy troupe that kickstarted the careers of so many comedians called Second City here in Chicago. But the windy part is a bit of a misnomer, because while Chicago, yes, is windy, actually New York is windier than Chicago. On average, New York has more windy days than Chicago has. So Chicago's not the true windy city. YCA says, sad, I thought you would come to California. Maybe one day I'll go to California. Is one of your lenses darker than the other, Amy? No, just the sun. It's beaming right towards one of my eyeballs. Have you ever thought of a San Francisco tour, says Debbie? I have. It was one of the cities I was considering. Mandy says, windy refers to the politics. I will look into that. Thank you so much for letting us know. Veronica says, United Airline Arena is nice, not far from Chinatown. Ooh, cool. So, we're running a little bit late on the bus. I thought I was going to depart at 4:30, but that's okay. So, we get to spend extra time, all of us together, sitting down. I actually considered San Francisco. I decided not to do it. I decided it was mostly down to budget. It was a lot less expensive to come here to Chicago than spend. San Francisco is one of the more expensive cities in the U.S. The most expensive city in the U.S. See, that's why I chose Seattle. Low cost, at least for lodging. Other cities I consider were Las Vegas, Honolulu, and those were the two main ones. Portland was kind of up there as well. But yeah, I chose Chicago because of the architecture. I just wanted to show you. I really want to make a deep dish pizza video. Let me know if you want to see some deep dish pizza. I'm not sure if it'll be of interest to anyone. I'm not sure if people actually like seeing pizza. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see pizza. Hey, Lynn. Nice to see you here. College. Nice to see you here. Welcome. I assume you're going to the Sears Tower. Yes, I will be. Dustin says, let's get out of the way. Before you leave Chicago, Luma, Nati, or Giordano's. I didn't know about Giordano's yet. I know about Gino's East. I know about Due. Bartoli is the other famous one. So there's a few famous ones. Maybe we'll do a head-to-head battle of the deep dishes. The architecture cruise downtown is terrific on a sunny day, says Marina. Yeah, it is, yeah. This bus. The people in Chicago are known for being full of hot air, says Dave. Ah, interesting. Hey, Carmen says, great selection of cities. Thank you, Carmen. Dan, nice to see you here. Welcome, Dan. There's a ton of content in Chicago for video, says DS. Oh, yes, there is. Stay tuned. Stephanie says, yes, I love seeing pizza. Would love to see a deep dish and how they make it. Go to the Field Museum, says Mandy. If you can catch the river tour, you will not regret it, says Anne. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think we might actually depart. Someone earlier asked, you should go to Boston. Scroll back. I have 2 entire weeks worth of videos in Boston. Both long live videos and short videos that I post on TikTok and on Facebook. So go to Ariel Vieira on TikTok, and Facebook is Urbanist Live. I think we're about to head out. I started this live a little bit too early because it was supposed to depart at 4:30, but I think our driver went over to the bathroom. Sometimes nature calls.
All right, due to the football game inside the museum campus is closed. Museum campus is now closed. We'll be stopping at museum campus for the rest of the day. Stop 6 and 7 is closed. So when we leave stop Hilton, the next stop after that will be the Sheraton Hotel. No museum campus at all.
So yeah, there's like a huge game, and there's a few stops that are closed. Because my intention is not to stop. My intention for this video is to just show you the ride. So let's go and enjoy the ride. DS says, damn, he's La Yoya. He was. And we're off. Ron, magandang umaga to Ron, Janice, all the Filipinos out there. Salam alaikum. To all the Middle Easterns out there, all the way to Pakistan. Hola, ¿cómo estás? A todos los hispanos. Esta es una ciudad que hay una población sustancial de hispanos. Vamos a probar un poco de comida mexicana y un poco de comida puertorriqueña. Hispanic population, so potentially we'll try some Mexican food and some Puerto Rican food. Dutch Moz, you here? Welcome, man. Nice to see you here. Hello, Sally. I hope your trip is good. My plane ride was smooth flying above the Pacific Northwest. And we are off. Let me know if my audio. Let me know. Tongo, dice muchos boricuas. Tongo, nice to see you here. Welcome, man. Millie, 300 stars. Ooh, thank you, Millie. I appreciate you. Wilco, right there. Janice says, watching from the big screen. Oh, cool, Janice. Audio loud. Sally says that. Oh my God. Watch your head. Sally asked, did I see the mountains flying out? No, I did not have a window seat. It was such a bummer. And a lot of the people that were surrounding me all closed their windows. Boggles my mind how people ride an airplane and close the window. B, yes, here's the beautiful sign, Chicago. DS says that's the historic theater. Oh, yes, Marcelios, welcome. Anonymous Dude says, Chicago bound, I am. Fila says, is this your first visit? Not my first visit ever. My first visit ever was, I think, when I graduated high school. So this was quite a while back. And my family decided to do a trip right after my high school graduation. And of course, I graduated high school like 2 years ago, so. Wendy says it's so annoying when people close the windows on airplanes. Yeah, especially on sunny days with beautiful views. Rodney says I would love to visit Chicago. Ooh, Rodney. Well, here we are. And guess what? Look at this, the first Primark of the U.S. So for some reason, there's a few British brands here. Saw earlier. Maybe we'll pass by that. And there's a Primark. So people don't know, this is a British brand, very famous in the UK. I visited one on one of my videos. Chicagoan, no, I'm a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker coming here to see if the pizza is worth the hype. It's the only reason I'm here. No other reason. Just the pizza. There's a Primark on Staten Island as well. Oh, okay, cool. Lots of Primarks opening up now. I gotta put on my hat, so pardon the shakiness of the camera. It is cold, 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 cold. Whew. Zip up. There we go. It says, holy, the buses are huge. I have my camera right now in wide angle lens, so they're not that big. They're the same size as all double deckers that I've been to. You know what? Actually, these ones might be a little bit bigger than the ones in Europe. So Lynn says, when eating a Chicago dog, make sure you put the neon green relish. Okay, neon green relish and ketchup, right? I think ketchup is a necessity. Ketchup. Chicago, please don't deport me from your city. I apologize. I know ketchup is a touchy subject here. We'll learn more about that whenever I find a hot dog. Anonymous Stu says, was it bittersweet seeing Seattle? Seattle, I basically had my fill of Seattle. Beautiful city, but as a tourist, I had my fill. So I was eager to go to a new city. And now I am here, in the second city. It was one of the tallest towers in the world for 25 years. Now known as the Willis Tower. This is the bus. We're seeing the reflection right here. Deanna says, I'm in Chi-Town. I am indeed in Chi-Town. Skyscrapers galore. Keenan says, I love the architecture. AK says, what has impressed you the most in Chicago? I gotta get back to you, AK, because I just got here, literally. I just got here off the plane at 1 p.m., rushed over to my lodging, grabbed a quick I would say so far in the past 4 hours I've been here, the architecture. Look at this. I love that the architecture is so arts and Art Deco architecture here, which I really love, Beaux-Arts and Art Deco. Have their deep dish. Oh yeah. Deep dish will be covered. You're in Chicago. I am indeed in Chicago. Here we got the Sears Tower. Oh my god, look how huge this is. Oh wow, this is gigantic. Stay tuned. I'm gonna go up that Sears Tower at some point during this trip. Justine says, how exciting. Oh, yeah. So there is an audio guide, and they do provide headphones, and they have in various languages. Not live, it's a pre-recorded. Dustin says, step out on the glass edge. Oh, I can't wait to do the glass edge of Deanna. Emojis are okay as long as that you're not spamming the same one over and over again. Oh my god. Oh, this is a good back stretch. Oh, good photo opportunity here. Deborah says, is it cold here? Yep, about 45 degrees Fahrenheit. The nickname does live up to its nickname. Whoa. Whoa, cool artwork. Weather, it's clear. Oh yeah. Bar says, when did this live start? 22 minutes ago. The ride started a little bit less, 15 minutes ago. So we're just starting Bar. This might be up to a 2-hour journey. Rodney says, are you going to take pictures of your trip? Yep, I usually post photos. Follow me on Instagram, Urbanist Live. I also post them on Facebook. There you'll see the photos. And then from the ones that are people's favorites, I sell them as prints at the end of my trip. So stay tuned for that. Oh, there's an urban space food hall here. Oh, just like in New York. Well, that's cool. So cool food hall here. You got a Shake Shack. Kay says, hope the rain stays away. Well, I basically had 2 full weeks of sunny Seattle weather, so maybe I'll get lucky and it'll be super sunny here too. AK on Twitch is asking, what other platforms you're streaming to? YouTube is Urbanist Exploring Cities. Facebook is Urbanist Live. Justine says, can't wait to see the cafe here. I already had one coffee shop and it was really good. So, yep, I have a feeling there's going to be some good cafes here. This is also the home of one of my favorite roasters in the U.S., Intelligentsia. Maybe we'll go to their flagship store. Mind your head. If you're taller than 5, mind your head. Look at this. Cool architecture. Lots of Romanesque Greek revival. Ron says, am I missing the crowded streets of Seattle? Seattle truly was a vibrant city, Ron. Truly vibrant. I'm not sure if Chicago will ever compare. So Ronald on the comments is noting the fact that there's actually people walking here in downtown Chicago as opposed to downtown Seattle, where there was barely a soul in sight. Barbara says, is Chicago bigger than New York? No, the population of Chicago, the city itself, is about 2-point-something million. The metropolitan area population. But New York itself, the city, has a population of 8 million. So Chicago is barely the size of Brooklyn. It's almost just shy of the size of Queens. But that doesn't mean that it is one Midwest of the U.S. And the Midwest was the connecting point between the East and the West of the United States of America. A few other major cities around the Great Lakes. The U.S. extends from Atlantic to Pacific coast. Of course, there's many other factors, but the fact that it has stayed united for more than 200 years, one of the main reasons is because of the Atlantic coast with New York Harbor through the Erie Canal up to the Great Lakes and Mississippi River and go down to the Gulf of Mexico. So a very, very important trading hub here for most of its history. Kay says, I was going to comment on the amount of people, but they didn't want them. Well, I'm not too optimistic of this staying lively at night. I don't think downtown Chicago is still too residential yet. So this might be quieter at night and on the weekends. But Chicago is still more, I think, denser city than Seattle is. Veronica says, you gotta visit the Bean. Oh, I will be visiting the Bean at Millennium Park, yes. I'm so excited that you're excited, Veronica. Thank you. And Chicago, unlike New York, actually has alleyways, similar to Seattle. So when people think about the city of alleys, basically in every Law and Order episode or Batman movie, nope, it's actually Chicago, not New York. This was also the main filming location for Batman The Dark Knight, the second one specifically. And the first Batman Begins here we have the Metro, which they call the L here. Queen Bee says, are you going to museums? Museums I mostly feature to super urbanists. The reason I do stuff to go live in, and the second reason is they tend not to be super popular for everyone. So museums on the public, other museums /urbanist, or pressing that join button on YouTube, or pressing that become a supporter button on Facebook. Any plans to hear some Chicago's blues? Ooh, that's a good question. I would be curious. Let me know where are the top jazz clubs. If anyone is a local, has any good jazz club recommendations, do let me know. Copyright. But yeah, it'll be cool to maybe do a short video showing you the experience of going to a jazz club. Janice says, my kind of town. Yep. If you're used to huge urban centers like New York, Boston, London, Chicago is similar in vibe. Deming recommends Legends. Okay. Legends. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Liz recommends the BB King Club. Oh, BB King's is also here. Cool. They're also in New York. Oh, yes I am. I'm loving the look of Chicago. I haven't been here in years. As I mentioned, I came here when I graduated high school for a short trip. So I haven't been here in years. Adam says, Chicago has a great public transit system, but the commuter rail is not so reliable. Yeah, I'm not sure when it comes to gangster history, but otherwise I might not do too many suburbs. But depends. Susan, nice to see you here. Andreas, welcome. So I assume we're kind of zigzagging around the city right now. Yeah, I think we're zigzagging. Oh my God, what is this? Is this bus rapid transit or is this light rail? Oh, this is a BRT system. So right here is bus rapid transit. It's basically a system of transit where the bus has a dedicated lane and these platforms so it can run faster between stops. It's almost like a light rail except no rail. It's interesting that they put that here. New York has toyed with adding Lynn, first time in Chicago? No. As I mentioned, I came here when I graduated high school for a short trip. I don't remember it much, actually, so it's nice to come back. Oh, what is this? I'm gonna look into this. Steeple. That's cool. This is the cool thing about Chicago. They have architecture that is even more European than the one that you find in New York. Doreen says, looks like a clean city. It is a clean city. I'm actually pretty shocked at how clean it is. It's clean. It's cleaner in New York, that's for sure. First of all, Chicago has alleyways, so there's no garbage on the streets. I think if a tourist were to come here many hundreds of years from now, many centuries from now, they might confuse Chicago for being of all the architecture here, the reminiscent of ancient Rome, ancient Greece. Linda says, where's the scaffolding? That's a great question, Linda. There's barely scaffolding here in Chicago. Oh my God, that's a miracle. In New York, there's scaffolding everywhere. Leslie says Chicago has a wonderful Christmas market. Oh, that's so cool. So Bob, the pigeon, has been very busy in the Midwest. And he has a host of bobettes, Midwestern bobettes, and their extended family. Daniel says, I guess it's a bit chilly here. Oh, yes it is. Yeah, we're zigzagging through the city. It's kind of cool. Ron says, how long was the flight from Mount Rainier to Chicago? I flew from Seattle, and it was a 3 hours and a half. Kay says, I'm looking forward to Chicago already. Yeah, it's seems like a very lively city to walk around. Oh, so cold. Catch a glimpse of the bean. Eileen, nice to see you here. Welcome. Mandy says, how long will you be staying in Chicago? The scheduled live videos of Chicago would be Thursday through Sunday. So there'll be 4 scheduled live videos of Chicago. The rest will be random. And there'll be short videos on TikTok, Facebook, Urbanist Live. Follow me there for the bonus live videos. There's like a bull here, yeah. Might be, what building is this? The Chicago Public Library. Here we have one of the designs of Frank Gehry, and here we have the bean. Yep, it's a huge bean that's all around the world because it reflects the city skyline. So here we have Milan. We have the fountain with the faces. These were the grounds of the Great Columbia Exposition. More than a century ago, Chicago held one of the biggest world fairs in history. One of the few buildings that survive is this one. They built a huge city, Roman style. Apparently they built the entire city in within only 2 months. Crazy fast. And they destroyed most of it. Only a few buildings survived like this one. We'll learn more about that when we visit Millennium Park. Adam says, I think the bean is a tourist trap, not worth visiting. Adam, you don't need to pay for the bean, so I don't think no one's being trapped. But I can imagine it might be overrated to some tourists, yeah. But there's crazy history here. Stay tuned. We're going to learn about this later. George says, who knew it was going to be Chicago? Super Urbanist knew because I revealed it yesterday. But anyone else? I made hints. My last 4 live videos in Seattle, I made hints as to where I was going. That's why I said we're going to the second city. And here's a Jollibee. Cool. Oh, and a Chick-fil-A. Oh, cool, Susie. Wendy says, when you said dogs and pizza, I guessed it. Oh, that was the giveaway? Hey, Fila, nice to see you here. Diana, live videos will be Thursdays through Sundays. Susie says dish was a giveaway. Yep, that was another hint. Eileen says, I was hoping for Omaha. Sorry to disappoint everyone who wanted to see Nebraska. I was just. But maybe one day I'll cover Lincoln, Nebraska, and Omaha. Is in New York. Chicago is famous for its architecture, and there are certainly famous buildings. The Sears Tower is not as iconic as the Empire State Building, I would say, but it is certainly famous. So yeah, Chicago is well known for its architecture. It's only, I would say, only second to New York in terms of American city being known for architecture. It does have beautiful architecture in the Beaux-Arts style, Romanesque style, etc., neoclassical style, is because Chicago was the one who unleashed the City Beautiful movement. Burnham, who believed that we should build grand buildings like they do in Europe. And that's why Chicago started building these gigantic stone buildings that you would see in Europe. And it was a return to form, to classical form. Early 1900s. Paul says Liverpool building here has in Liverpool has a double here in Chicago. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so cold. I gotta bring more layers. George says, I hope the bus driver is not the one from Rome. I think you might be referring to the one from Rome. Rome was pretty chill. Veronica says there's also trolley rides. Yeah, I will look into that. Thank you so much for mentioning it, Veronica. It says that there's a fee. Cynthia says there's a Puerto Rican neighborhood. Yeah, I'm going to look into that, Cynthia. Thank you so much for mentioning that. It's near Humboldt Park. Thank you. Justine says it does have a European look. Yeah. Alcy from Guyana, welcome. Nice to see you here. Dolores says the Belfast tour was pretty much the worst. Yeah, for people, and you'll see a bus driver that seemed to come off the set of the movie Speed, starring Keanu Reeves, because he was driving so fast and said the most inappropriate jokes. Janet says audio keeps bopping in and out. Oh no.
Okay, so our 7 museum campus is closed. So the next stop will be the Sheraton Hotel, stop number 8. If you do want to go inside the museum campus right now, you can get off the bus at this crossway, right across the street, and walk over to the museum campus. But right now, the museum campus is closed, so the next stop from we currently at stop number 5.
Liz says, "Isn't there a Ukrainian village area in the city?" Yep, yeah, there's a sizable Ukrainian population, also Polish, Puerto Rican. I think, there's also a Mexican population here. And traditionally, there were Italian neighborhoods. And I think there's as well. The accent, yep, you're hearing the Chicago accent right there. Ooh, wow. Joe says, "Are you going to Al Capone's house?" Of his here in the city. I'm not sure if I'll head out to the suburbs because his base of operation was in the suburbs of Chicago. I'm not sure I'll go there because those might be tough to walk, but there might be a few spots in the city that are worth. And Joe said that the guy sounds from Brooklyn. So that accent is very similar to the Brooklyn one, actually. I think we're going to hear similarities between Chicago and New York. Nick says, "I see." Do you see the water? That's Lake Michigan, says Veronica. Yeah. Is from Brooklyn. Maybe. Wow. Cool seeing the city skyline from this perspective. Here's the train depot. MLAs. Joe says, "Is there excitement that the Chicago Bulls are in the playoffs?" I haven't been in the city for too long. It's only been about 4 or 5 hours at this point. Hi, it says, "Strange with the poor cell phone reception in the city." At least it's better than the UK. At least it holds up. Yeah, better than the UK. Janice says, "Night." This very spontaneously. I came off the plane, grabbed a coffee, and said, "F it, I'm going to go on the bus tour before the last one, which was at 5 p.m. So I rushed over here and got a good workout, and I'm here on the bus. So yeah, I end up coming here on a whim. That's why Nightbot isn't updated. Great Lakes, along with Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. It's right over here. Oh, glide. So this lake is huge. 1996. These lakes are so big that 1996, due to it, there was a mess here in the Eileen says you're the only one. No, there's a father and son. Whoa. Whoa. Veronica says they warned people not to swim. Yes. So Lake Michigan also has, I think, riptides. And a lot of ships have been lost in a certain area of Lake Michigan called the Lake Michigan Triangle. Ghost ships, missing planes, strange lights have been seen in certain parts of Lake Michigan. Okay, there was some popular music playing. We're back off one of the cars. John says, are you going to a Chicago Cubs game? Or a White Sox game? Oh, I gotta mute. Wait up. Too much music. Ah, damn it. Okay, a lot of cars playing very loud, popular music. Someone playing loud music. Yep, a few cars actually. someone just mentioned earlier, do let me know who you were again, that's going to be 80 degrees this weekend in Chicago. Really? If so, that's awesome news. I love my hot weather. Laura says one of the reasons I love Belfast is you can be right by the seaside and into the mountains very quickly. Yeah, Chicago is not so close to the mountains. I think the mountains are pretty far away from here. But we are indeed closer to the sea. That means says on Saturday it's going to be 80 degrees. Cool. I'm excited. I can finally not wear a jacket anymore. It's been months. Jose as well says this weekend is going to warm up. Here's the, thank you so much everyone for letting me know. Here is the waterfront area the entire time, but there's like a recreational area right over here in the Ferris wheel. One of the very first Ferris wheels in history was right here in Chicago. We'll also learn about that later. Oh wow, this is so close. Thank you so much. Navy Pier. Hello, Daryl from Chicago. Oh, Daryl, you're from Chicago suburbs. Thank you so much for tuning in. Mighty Bold, nice to see you here. It's interesting, under the bridge says, just so you know, yeah. No, says Irene. Oh yeah, Lake Michigan. If you didn't know any better, if you didn't know about the geography, you could be fooled and think that was the ocean. It's that big. John says, can you repeat the answer about cover really sports? But I did hear that the stadium here is very historic, so I'll look into it. Thank you for asking. A few people have asked about the Chicago Cubs and baseball. So I know that there's significant history here. Also with basketball, especially in the 1980s, with some of the biggest stars of basketball playing here in Chicago. So yeah, I'll look into that. Oh, we're going in one of the decked over highways. Oh, is this where they filmed Batman? Dark Knight? If people don't know, on Dark Knight Rises, there's a scene where Batman's on a motorcycle. He takes out his shotgun. Is this the highway where they filmed that? Yeah, because there's a lower level. I think this is it. Let me know. Jose says, Navy Pier has fireworks every Wednesday and Saturday starting May 28th. Okay, thank you so much, Jose. I won't be here that long, but that's awesome to hear. Jason says, so excited to see Chicago. Jason, you being an architect, I think you'll love it. Exploration. John says, I think so. Yes, yeah, I think this is the chase scene in Dark Knight Rises. Patricia says it's called Lower Wacker Drive. Okay. Ron says, any Spider-Man locations? Spider-Man does not have stuff here in Chicago. I'm not sure if any Marvel superhero movie has filmed in Chicago. That's a good question. I don't think any of them have taken. Is one of the main inspirations for Gotham City, New York as well. So Gotham City in the Batman comics and the movies is an amalgamation of Chicago and New York. In the recent movie by Matt Reeves called The Batman, they also put a little bit of London in there too. In Superman, Chicago is also a main inspiration for Metropolis. Sophila says, Transformers Dark of the Moon was shot here. Oh, cool. Yeah. So there's definitely a lot of movies that take place here in Chicago. So Nick says Transformers. Yeah. Definitely a lot of movies that take place here. But I'm not sure if there's any Marvel movies. Let me know. Cynthia says, please consider Paseo Boricua Tour Company. The owner is from Humboldt Park. Oh, interesting. There's a neighborhood in Chicago. Cynthia, thank you so much. Paseo Boricua. Okay, Paseo Boricua. Tunisia says, why did you leave Seattle, Ariel? Why? Seattle, I had to depart from it. It was getting too hectic for me. Too much action all the time. I was a bit frazzled by the energy of Seattle. So I had to seek a calmer city. And that's why I'm in Chicago. Bella says you are Boricua. Indeed I am. Yes, Paseo Boricua, says Diana. So I'm joking around. Well, I think I could cover. If you want to see more Seattle videos, I do recommend Lao Ocean. It's a play on words of the ethnicity because he's Laotian. But Seattle, so if you want to see more Seattle, check him out. I basically got my fill of Seattle. I think I've shown you what I would want to show you from Seattle. Hyde says Al Capone died in Miami, Florida. Indeed he did. Buried in Chicago's Mount Olivet Cemetery here. Interesting that he's buried here, Hyde. Thank you so much for letting me know. Ferris Bueller was filmed in Chicago. Ooh, cool. And also another great movie, What Women Want. I really love that film. Ooh. What movie should this be? When did you leave Seattle? Just this morning. I hopped off the plane, grabbed coffee, and headed directly to this bus tour. Miss Lob says it's no Venice, but I like it. Yeah, Miss Lob, it's hard to compare to Venice, but stay tuned. I will be covering Europe if we reach 200 patrons. So become a patron, and I'll be showing you the best of Europe. And more Europe from the comfort of your own phone or big screen TV, whichever way you prefer to see. Patreon.com/Urbanist. Right now we're at 95 patrons. Once we reach in early summer. Robert says Chicago has some history. Oh yeah, Chicago does have a lot of history. So we will be learning more history in this journey. Barrett says the Home Alone house is located north of Chicago. Yeah, so many movies. I mean, John Hughes, who I think he directed Home Alone, if I'm correct, because Chris Hughes, famous movie director and producer and writer, he has a lot of movies about teenagers that are set in Chicago or the surrounding areas. So he's been very influential. Nick says, are you celebrating 420? I don't think Chicago is, or Illinois, the state that Chicago belongs to is Illinois. I don't think Illinois is a 420 free state like Washington was. Let me know if anyone knows. Here's the Navy Pier. John says TV show Married with Children was also filmed in Chicago. Ooh, cool. So if you're enjoying this tour, slam that like button. Lauren says, I'd become a mega urbanist for the postcard, but as soon as it comes through my door, my dog will eat it. Oh no, that's quite a dilemma, Lauren. Robin says, yes, it is a 420 friendly city. Oh, interesting. Is it, I gotta look into the laws, but is it like Washington where anyone can purchase oregano? So people didn't know, I was just in the state where oregano is completely free to purchase 21 or above. As long as you have ID or passport showing your age, you can purchase. I'm not sure if the same case is here in Illinois. Sally says it's only Washington, Oregon, and Colorado that are the states that are very open. Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, last stop. The time now is 5:37. Stop number one. The last bus from stop number one already left at 5 o'clock. The last stop for this bus, official last stop, will be stop number one. That's as far as this bus goes to stop number one. We on our last tour of the day. Right now we're at stop number 9.
Sally, thank you so much. So for anyone who's curious about the laws and regulations, a few people left comments. I won't highlight them because YouTube and Facebook don't like that. It's funny, we can talk about getting plastered with a bunch of alcohol, but we can't talk about oregano. Oh, the irony. Lauren says, is the bus driver's accent